Welcome back to the Podium Finish with the Podium Finish Live. Nathan Solomon here, and I have a very special guest here on the air with me. The new driver, the number 38 Ford Mustang in the NASCAR Cup Series, Todd Gilliland. Todd, first off, congratulations on the promotion of the Cup Series. How excited are you?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm over the moon excited. It's just one of those things like you really just dream of. Pretty much my whole life I've dreamed of being in the Cup Series, racing Daytona 500 for myself, and I've been to a bunch, with my family and racing, but just to be able to do it yourself, it's just gonna be crazy when the time comes. I honestly don't even think it's fully sunken in, and I don't think it will till you're probably on the starting grid of the first race.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's been a few weeks since the Truck Series season. It has concluded at Phoenix, and besides just getting this deal finalized, what have you been up to?
We've just been hanging out. I don't really know, man. Well, we've been hanging out with friends a lot this off season so far. Just trying to stay on a little bit of a schedule. It's crazy. The summer is such a rush for people in racing. It's every single week of racing, and then as soon as the season stops, it's really you kind of wind down for a little bit, and then you really have nothing else to do. So I've been trying to go to the shop a lot. It's a huge learning curve, just meeting my whole new team, which is always kind of a fun, but kind of an awkward process. Just human nature. So we're just trying to get through that part. Learn everyone and. Just really try and hit the ground running as best we can. I'd say January 1st, really the full preparation starts for the new season.
To earn this promotion to the Cup Series, you had a strong year in truck, finishing the top 10 16 times and even winning a race at Circuit of the Americas. Although you were eliminated in the round of 10, you still finished 7th in points. Were you satisfied with your season?
Man, that's a really tough question. I feel like I was satisfied with the season. Speed-wise, consistency-wise, I feel like we were exactly where we needed to be. Week in and week out, I feel like we were contending top 5 truck for the majority of the year, and then by the end of the year, I really felt like we were the best truck week in and week out. And that's really what I wanted to do. When you walk in the garage, you want to be the guy that everyone gets their stopwatch out for when you're on the racetrack. And I feel like we're that guy. But, the playoff run was definitely really, really kind of frustrating and just disappointing more than anything. Being so close, but really that's the playoff format we live in nowadays, and we didn't perform in the first round. So I'd say playoff-wise, it was disappointing, but full season-wise, I was really proud and probably pretty happy with our season.
And you're one of the few trucks this past season that consistently finished in the top 10. So what do you feel that you guys had that maybe some other organizations or teams didn't have?
I don't know. I really feel like, to be fast week in, week out, you have to be, obviously, just a great team. You have to have a great crew chief, engineer, and really, I'd say more of the mechanics than anything, just to build fast trucks. And for that, just lightweight parts. The lighter the car, the vehicle, the faster it'll be on the racetrack. The bodies, the more downforce you can have, the better it's going to be. All that stuff's gimmies. So, if you can just be better on those end of things when you show up to the racetrack, you're going to be faster, as well as just kind of guessing on the setup. I think that's the hardest part. We kind of had probably a good baseline going into most of these places, and I think that's helped us a lot also.
And obviously this consistency that you had in 2021's paid off as you're moving up to the Cup Series now. When did this idea start to kind of come to fruition that you take over the 38 truck here in 2022? First car.
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy off season, man. There were just so many things, that could have changed in front row motorsports, and kind of, things come and go, and then, it ends up kind of being, by the end of the season, we thought definitely we're going to be back in the truck. It's going to be great. We can build on last year. But like I said, just as a driver, you always want to get to the Cup Series. And then the opportunity comes up that, things are changing. Zane Smith might run the truck, and then that gives me the opportunity to run the Cup car. So I just think it's been really cool to find a really good home in Front Row Motorsports. Obviously, making this move within the company, I think that's pretty much exactly what the goal was of the Truck Series program, was to find the future drivers that you think you could build a Cup team around, and I really think that's worked out really well.
And of course, you aren't the only Gilliland to ever drive the number 38 for Front Row Motorsports. Your dad spent many years in this exact seat. How cool is it to have the same ride that your dad had, and how will he help you understand how to manage Cup life?
It is really cool, and the funny part, there's probably 5 or 6 guys that are still at Front Row Motorsports that were there when my dad drove. So it's just cool to kind of hear the stories, and selfishly, I kind of hope they like me better. That's what I'm working for. So, but it definitely just gives me a great in at Front Row Motorsports. Being around them most of my life, and then just getting able to talk to those guys about the stories of the past. It's just all fun and games for now. But yeah, I'm sure my dad will teach me a bunch about what it's really like to be a Cup driver, because I really don't know. The first thing about the car is what it's going to be like once I get 20 races in a row to start the season. That's going to be crazy just off the bat too. So I'm just really excited to experience it all. I'm sure he'll help me along the way, but I'd say some of these things you're probably just going to have to feel out and experience for yourself before someone can tell you and you really understand fully what it's like.
Does having a lot of those, I guess, similarities in personnel from your truck series days and then to what your dad had, does that kind of help you at all from a communication standpoint and just being able to kind of mesh right away with the team as soon as you get down to Daytona?
Yeah, I think it definitely does. And I think also just with the truck being in the same shop as Front Row Motorsports, I was able to be around these guys for a year and a half, obviously not working very closely with them, but just even walking by. I feel like that helps a lot. And then, as far as them, they have some skin in the game to be able to watch the truck series races, and I feel like they have confidence in me, just through all that. And it's kind of more of just a respect thing, I think, than anything. If you have respect for each other, it helps you get off to a really good note. And I'd say that's the biggest thing. You just gotta start off on a good foot here.
And with 5 years that you spent in the truck series, how ready do you feel that you are for Cup Series racing?
Yeah, I think, really that's going to be the debate from everyone on me. I don't feel like you ever really know if you're ready or not until you get there. So I'm just more thankful for anything. I think, the main reason that we're doing it is Front Row does believe that I can do it and compete. So I think that's what me as a driver have to keep in mind. They have faith in me, and I think, when you have people around you that believe in you, it makes you believe in yourself even a lot more too. So, but the answer to that is I honestly don't know. I'd like to say that I can come and compete, but I'm sure I have a lot to learn, and I'm also ready for that.
Now, you've never raced at all in the Xfinity Series, but do you feel that there are any similarities from a data standpoint that might make your transition from truck straight to Cup any easier?
I don't know. I mean, you could argue really either way. In my mind, I'm trying to tell myself yes, that it will be more similar because the trucks are more of wide open racing, like what we've seen in the Cup Series over the last few years. Say 10 years ago, I'd say the Xfinity cars were much closer to the Cup cars, just because you have to lift out of gas a lot. You almost use brake at most of the 1.5 mile races. Where now, like I said, I think the Cup cars race more similarly to trucks, but obviously I'm not real sure about that either because I've never driven a Cup car. So, but yeah, that's what I'd like to think, that hopefully it's close.
And of course, this year in the 2022 in the Cup Series is a big transition year with the next gen car coming in. Do you feel that at all levels the playing field for you?
Yeah, I mean, I still think the guys with the most experience are going to have less to adapt to, but I think definitely. I mean, I was going up against guys that ran in the Cup Series for 15 years, 20 years on the same car, more or less. So, I'd say that's definitely not going to be worse on the side of, helping me adapt kind of quicker. But I'd say the best guys are still have definitely a thing or two to teach me, right off the bat.
It kind of seems like this new generation of rookies in the Cup Series they come in much more well-rounded and are seemingly a little bit more skillful on road courses. For you ran top 5 at all 3 road courses in the Truck Series. Of course, the win at Circuit of the Americas. Why do you feel that is that this new generation of drivers in Cup is just better on road courses? Is it just that there's more road courses on the schedule, so you have to be more prepared?
Yeah, I'm honestly not too sure about that one, but yeah, it definitely does seem like that. I always joke with my guys on my team, road courses are really simple when you think about it. You just drive into the next corner as hard as you can, get on the brakes as hard as you can, and then get on the gas and try and accelerate out of there as fast as you can. So I just joke with them about that. I think there's really a lot of fun. You can go off course, jump some curbs, and But definitely I feel like even the truck series last year, we had 2 dirt races, a few road courses, a handful of mile and a half. So I feel like even the schedules are definitely helping younger drivers to be more prepared.
Now, this next organizational test here for the next-gen car is coming up here in just a few weeks. Are you planning to take the car out at all and get your first laps with the next-gen?
Yep, yeah, that is our team's plan. I actually just spent all morning at Front Row Motorsports getting seat fitted, getting in the new car. So it was really cool to put my seat in there for the first time and, just really get my first real time sitting in a Cup car. So, so me and Michael McDowell are planning on, I think, splitting it most of the time so I can get a lot more data points and hopefully get up to speed really quickly compared to him. And just as a team, I think I'm definitely really excited for that.
And you just mentioned Michael. He's someone that you've gotten to know these past few years while you're running in the truck series. What's your relationship like with him, and how helpful do you feel he'll be in your transition to Cup?
Yeah, I feel like my relationship with Michael's really good. He definitely helps me a ton behind closed doors. He texts me almost after every truck race last year, just seeing how the track was, if there's resin or PJ1 down, how it came in. And I'd actually talked to him a lot before our COTA win about racing in the rain, and he actually showed me some really good onboard footage and a bunch of stuff. So I think our relationship is really good, and I'm just really excited. He's, I think, kind of a veteran at this point in the Cup Series. He's ran it for probably 10 years, and so I think having a good leader like that to teach me will definitely help a lot.
And over your time running truck series races since 2017, what have you learned about yourself in that time to prepare yourself for this opportunity in Cup?
Well, I think I've just learned, the value of being a really good leader, having good communication. But I'd say more than anything is just being so young and balancing. Like I said earlier, just getting the respect of your peers early on is so huge. That's something I didn't do well at some places I've been, just starting off on a good foot and, pulling the team together in one direction. As a driver, I think that's your job. It is hard to do when you're young, but I'd say that's probably the biggest thing I've learned is you have to kind of take the situation by the reins and, you can control it from there.
Well, awesome. Todd, thanks for coming on. That's all I got for you today, and hopefully we can chat again soon.
Awesome. Yep. Thank you very much for having me on.
Appreciate it.